Billy.
My question was, what do you remember from being on Charmed, and did you like working with Alyssa Milano?
Can you ask that again,
Tom, we have to, yeah, we couldn't hear that very well. Would you mind repeating it?
What do you remember of your time from being on Charmed, and did you like working with Alyssa Milano?
Remember of your time on Charmed, and did you like working with Alyssa Milano?
Absolutely. I loved working on Charmed. There was a very interesting opportunity. I tend to subvert a lot of my TV offerings, network offerings in the past, by convincing the producers to let me perform a musical number for no other reason than that it should be in there in one of the 5 episodes I'm doing at the end of an arc. And I remember meeting with the creators, and they wanted me to play a demon, and I suggested I play a reformed demon who is teaching theater in whatever, witch school, or whatever the name of the school was, that, like, he was teaching witches and, I don't know, the supernatural characters who make up the show.
Yes.
He was teaching them theater. And then I actually did get to perform a number. They bought all of it. They just went with it. I thought there was an opportunity to play someone who really could be quite light and happy, had a dark past, but is here to make up for it and is totally cool with it. And they wrote beautifully to that end. It was fantastic. So yeah, I loved it. I was pulling Jedi mind tricks on the whole, writing staff. And I did that with Boston Public. And they actually allowed me to record at Capitol Records in Studio A.
That's so cool.
They gave me Frank Sinatra's Frank's stool, which is a weird phrase.
Which is a bizarre thing to have.
I was just like, really? I don't know. Okay, thank you. They brought me Frank's stool. No, which made you hit notes though. And they brought me Frank's mic, which they normally didn't bring out, and we got to re-record Nice and Easy Does It with full orchestration. And I performed it at a talent show scene in Boston Public. If you do the math and you connect all of my weird TV offerings, you'll see there's musical numbers everywhere, and you're like, damn you, Zane, you subversive theater slut.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
That's me.
He hit the nail right on the head. Oh, hang on, Charmed, Twin Peaks. I've got to ask you about Twin Peaks as well. Any interest in dipping a toe into what could be this reprisal?
There is. I convinced them to let me sing a song as well. It was a cowboy song on the lake. Just thought I'd drop that in as well. I completely forgot about it. I should have. Thank you for bringing it up.
That's pretty cool.
That was 3. I'm 3 for 5, I think. So getting back into Twin Peaks, write a letter. Dear David, we really want to see John Justice Wheeler turn up again in the show. After the Back to the Future revival and the Zoolander backup, I'm like, come on, I want to.
Got to ride that Twin Peaks.
Got to ride the Twin Peaks. Got to come back on the Twin Peaks train.
So it's all up to you now. You all have to. You adhere to what Billy just said. You write letters.
Bring Billy back.
It's nice.
Speaking of hashtags in the social space, I'm about to launch my website for the first time ever.
Have you ever had a website?
No, I've kept my domain for some weird reason, as if by design. At this particular moment, around the same time, I'm just turning on the lights to a YouTube channel embedded within my website being billyzane.com. Twitter handle and Instagram is @BillyZane, and YouTube, I'm sure there's a / in there somewhere, Billy Zane. It's just
This is very cool though. So
it's really cool.
What's the channel going to be doing then? What are you doing on the channel?
On the channel, short form comedy, vlogs,
musical theatre,
interview, inevitably. A lot of I've realized I've taken a lot of videos of the creation of some artwork that I've been painting. I have a show on right now at the Leica Gallery in Los Angeles of my first photographic exhibition. I've shown paintings for 5 years now, to fairly great response, which is nice. And at Frieze and at the Rook and Raven Gallery during Frieze in London.
This is very cool. This is not like shabby art shows
Basel.
either.
No,
it's very
proper. And
top tier.
I just did a show in Budapest to benefit the refugee crisis at Kalati Station, which exploded while we were finishing filming there, and dedicated all proceeds to that. That was a great success.
That had to have been a bit of a crazy situation.
It was mad. I had just finished filming the pilot for a series which just got picked up now for ABC their new platform, #freeform, called Guilt, which is loosely based on the Amanda Knox trial, which is an amazing show. And we're about to shoot 10 episodes of that in London. I'll be there from March to June.
You've indulged in some Pims.
Indeed, darn right I will. We were filming in Budapest, and we wrapped the show. They asked me to create 5 pieces for the show, 5 paintings to be used on camera. They wanted to pull some that were in Gallery Archive in London, but it took too long, so they said, "Can you make more?" I did. They filmed them, and then a gallery wanted to do a show before I left, and I said, "Great, well, let's sell them here if we can." And then this crisis blew up, and thousands of Syrian refugees flooded Kalati Station 3 blocks away. So we went down and brought basic needs and shampoo and diapers and tampons and food and whatever else someone needs having been on the road. And a friend of mine, an artist, wonderful artist named Sofia Vari, started doing art therapy on the way to set, and showed me these photos, painting with kids on the floor with chalk, gave her pastels, and they were just doing anything to while away the time. So we immediately brought a bunch of art supplies and handed out as many as we could so they could actually do something a little constructive and fun. But then it became immensely therapeutic, and the art wall grew into a kind of a significant offering where people of all ages were projecting their experience of that journey into art, and it was stunning and moving and beautiful and harrowing. And then it was at that point that I did the show and brought the Red Cross on to distribute proceeds, and it was cool. Art for, good cause.
Yeah, no, that's very, very cool. I think that for a lot of people, art just seems to be something that is confined to those fancy art shows or the big galleries. But, those moments show just how intrinsically necessary, I guess, art can be to so many people.
Most of the shows, I've give more than, 5 paintings a year to different charities to raise money on auction. It's a very popular space. It's nice to sell a couple, but, you got to give them, got to do what you can. That was a bit of hands-on. But this show at Leica Gallery, which you can look up on the BillyZane.com, you can click
BillyZane.com, people.
The invite's there. You can
BillyZane.com.
go there, but you'll see the Leica invitation. You can see the artwork. It's kind of fun.
Very cool. Billy, what a pleasure. Thank you so much
Pleasure
for
is
coming
mine.
in.
What great
Lovely.
fun.
Yes, very nice.
Ha.
I've learned so much. I shan't try and do the lemon again, but you guys should all try and do the lemon.
Do the lemon, 40 degree.
Do the lemon. There we go. Guys, I want a big thank you to the HuffPost Live community as well. Tom, thank you very much for sticking around and asking your question as well. For more information on Mad Dogs and Billy's upcoming projects, you can check out the links in our resource well below, and of course his website. And stick around, more conversations are coming up next.